Welcome everybody to Funky Junk Inspiration. My name is Christy. I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my channel and don't forget to ring the bell so you get notifications. Today we'll be doing a Blue Christmas DIY. The playlist today is called a Blue Christmas playlist. It's hosted by Take 5, which is Jeannie from Jeannie's Palette, myself, Christy from Funky Junk Inspiration, and Mary from the Painted Peach. Please subscribe to all of our channels. Alright, let's get started on our first DIY. I have a beautiful print that is a printable that you can get from Decoupage Central, and then I have this 12 by 12 board that at one time had a different design on it and I sanded it off. You see the red and blue on there because I've used unicorn spit, and that is extremely pigmented and it's really hard to get sanded off. So I'm going to use this white paint. This white paint I picked up at the Dollar General, I believe it was, and I thought I would try it. It's a white chalk paint. I'm going to be honest, I'm not real impressed with it. I didn't like the coverage, and it seems kind of glossy rather than kind of matte when I was using to paint with it. But we're going to use it just because we have it. And let's get this board good and dry. Now, as I'm drying this board, I'm thinking to myself, we need to add a little more to this background. And what I had originally thought I was going to do, I am totally changing my mind here, which is nothing new. Alright, so now I'm going to take this printable. This printable I got from Decoupage Central. You can get printables there, you can get stuff that's already printed and sent to you on rice paper or whatever. But I just printed that on my printer. And I am just tearing that so that I have a nice fun edge on it, so it's not, just squared off. I like that look, and that's what I like to do. So looking at this background, if you guys know me, I like to play with my backgrounds and stuff. I decided to add some blue paint on here because I kind of want it to match the paper background a little bit, so it's not quite so noticeable when we put it on there, and also just to give it kind of a snowy sky type of look. So I added blue, then we put some white, and we just kind of mixed all that in together. So now we're just going to try to get this board as dry as we possibly can. Again, I was not real impressed with that white paint. When I used some more white paint on here, I switched back over to the apple barrel. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just have to try and keep using it on things and deciding if we like it or not. It was $3, so, we're not out a whole lot. Anyway, so I just looked at my paper and decided which side of the board I wanted to put it on. Now, right here, I am just adding good old Mod Podge matte onto the back of this paper. Because I use a little bit thicker of a cardstock, not really a cardstock, but 28-pound paper. It's not copy paper, but it's not cardstock. I'm able to put the Mod Podge on the back of this, and I'll still be able to pick it up and lift it up and put it on the other board. So that's what we did there. Now I just put my Mod Podge in that squeeze bottle, so it does look a little different than a regular, bottle of Mod Podge, but that's what's in there. Okay, now I'm just kind of pressing that down and going along the edges. My paint is still not completely dried and cured, so I want to be real careful when I'm going around my edges. So now what I decided to do is just to make it all blend a little bit. I'm just going to take my brush. I'm not going to add any paint. I'm going to kind of go around it, go over the paper, and then I went over the paint that was partially dry and then partially not dry over there, and it gave it just a little bit of texture over there, if you can tell. You can tell that it pulled some of the dark back up, and I really like how that looks. And I'm loving how this printable looks on this board. It doesn't match perfectly, but it makes it look kind of like it's, Santa's on a cloud in there. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to stencil on here, and if you know me, you know I love my essential stencils, and this is a essential stencil. I think it was from last year. It might have even been the year before. It is a one-sheet stencil that has a whole bunch of Christmas words on it. Merry Christmas, ho ho ho, Coco, Santa, on and on and on. So it is a nice stencil to have because you have a lot of options of saying different things. So we just want to put the Merry Christmas on. So I'm going to take my tape and I'm going to tape off all the areas that I don't want around that Merry Christmas, so that when I run my stencil brush across there, I don't have trouble with accidentally getting paint where I don't want paint. So that's why I'm taping this off right here. Alright, so now we're going to grab us some paint. I think I'm going to use, I can't remember for sure, you guys. I think I used the Nautical. We're going to see what Ocean. I used Ocean, which is a chalk paint. I love chalk paint. I like how thick, and it's perfect for stenciling and stuff. So I've got my Essential stencil brush right here, and I'm just going to get a little bit of paint on the end of it, and then I'm going to offload onto this rag. Okay, the reason that we are using this napkin is because less is best when you're stenciling. You don't want a whole lot of paint on the end of your stencil brush. You want the paint up in the stencil brush and the end of the stencil brush to be fairly dry. It's better to put multiple coats on than to try to get all your paint the first time that you put it on. So here we go. Now I like to go in a circular motion when I'm stenciling to get into all those areas. And I don't worry about getting every single little corner and stuff like that, so I just go along there. So here I am, I picked up just a little bit more paint, offloaded again, and here we go, just going over the Christmas. Alrighty, because it is like buffalo plaid and there are some lines and stuff on there, that's why I went back and forth over the top to just make sure that I got those smaller lines and stuff like that. Alright, so I really like how this turned out. I love all the blues and stuff like that, and the different shades of blues and everything with Santa there. I think it's a perfect thing for our Blue Christmas theme that we had today. Now, of course, we're never finished until we frame in our project. I'm just taking the stencil brush that I did the stenciling with, and we're going to go around the edges and just frame in this project. Now, I apologize, I am off screen a little bit there, but I am just doing exactly what I did on the right hand side at the top, and we're going to go all the way around the whole thing and do that. So I want to take this time also to thank Take 5, who is our host for this playlist, and that consists of Mary from the Painted Peach, Jeannie from Jeannie's Palette, and myself, Funky Junk Inspiration. I'd really like it if you'd subscribe to all the hosts, plus all the other fun, fabulous creators that are in our playlist for today. It's been a lot of fun doing these playlists over here on YouTube, and we hope that you will continue to watch us on Fridays. Every Friday there is a new playlist that will be over here, and stay tuned for that. If you want any information, you can check out the Take 5 group on Facebook. Again, here is our project, all finished and done, Blue Christmas. And again, my name is Christy from Funky Junk Inspiration, and I would love it if you'd subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that bell. Thank you.